Excuse me. Hey, it's Adam Witt. We got a good battle going on, and hopefully this battle's gonna work because I'm about to lose it. I mean, it's been kind of one of those. Wow, he's got a good team, a lot of legendaries. So I'm gonna have to give it my all here. Back to what I was gonna say, I've been doing a lot of battles and stuff, and they just haven't worked to my favor to post up because they either got cut off or there wasn't enough Pokemon to make the battle worthwhile, and there was just a lot of weird stuff kind of going on lately, so bear with me, and even if this is a loss, we're going to do this, So holidays went really well, got a lot of good gifts, Sophie got a lot of good gifts as well, so also got to talk to one of my friends on Facebook who saw my last blogs that I did for my public speaking thing, and he kind of gave me like the benefit of the doubt, and he was just kind of like, you need to just morally explain why you feel the way that you do and what kind of got you started with this whole thing with God and stuff like that, and then, what makes you, better, than him kind of thing. So, I kind of think it's funny that starting this battle with Mega, Primal, Groudon, that's pretty good. So, I wish I could switch, but I can't. I'm not gonna. I can always switch, but I'm not going to, So yeah, I think I'm just going to basically just kind of explain myself and try to, ease into my public speaking a little bit, be more aggressive and all that stuff, be more outspoken. So it kind of morally just started as, I went to confirmation class for 2 years, tried to confirm my faith, all that really good stuff, and I always wanted to be a pastor. It was kind of one of my big passions. It was, a big thing to me. But when you're doing your career, what you're going to get yourself into, you got to always, do research about what you're going to get yourself into, because if you don't, you're going to find out that you're not going to like your job as much as you thought you did. So you got to always do research and stuff to see if it's going to be something you're passionate about. Well, I had a lot of topics I wanted to talk about when I was getting into becoming a pastor and stuff. And a lot of the biggest issues was, hey, you can't talk about this, can't talk about that, and you can't talk about this. And then I found out a lot of information about, like, things about God, which was just like, I had that feeling it was like, I can't be talking about this because I just don't agree with what kind of God says on certain things and whatnot. And I didn't like the fact that, God was a person who was uneducated and he just sits here and judges all these people, judging gay marriage and calling that an abomination, judging people whether they should go to heaven or hell, whether their people are rich or poor and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, God, you're uneducated. You have a less of an education than I do. You have none. I have at least college education, at least 2 years of college, 12 years of, regular schooling, and you got zero. And you're sitting here saying that you're the smartest thing on the face of the earth. You're not. Let's start off with Fisher. Didn't work. Oh well. Alright. I'm gonna dig. So, and I'm going to do probably 3 blogs talking about this a little bit too. Just be like, yeah, this is what got me started. This is what got me, you know, out of my career. Groudon is taking a beating, I'll tell you. I'm going to bring out Regigigas. He's my host of the Regi Pokemon. So, and that's the other thing I was going to mention too, is that I am doing like a hosting type thing where it's like, okay, I got Regi Pokemon now, so I'm going to just like have one host every battle we're doing. So, yeah. Lose then Headbutt. You might take him out, I don't know. No, alright, come on. Darn it, he avoided the attack. I had really good reasons to kind of stand up to what I believed in and stuff. It was just more of, it's kind of like, you gotta look at it as not just God as a whole, but it's like, you gotta look at it like, God is one of the bad guys. He's not one of the, he's got a mix of good and bad. It's not, all one-sided. And you gotta look at it as politics as well. We've given God how many opportunities to change this world to make this more adaptable for us humans, to get rid of the poverty situation, to take care of the problems that are going on in this world, and he hasn't done it. And he always says that he's going to, but he never does. And that's the biggest problem with God. It's just, you're not going to get anywhere. The biggest problem with God is we are sitting here going nowhere with him. That's the biggest thing. It's time that we get a new leader, somebody who's going to, give the world what it wants. Excuse me, my nose itches here a little bit. We're gonna go Mega Rayquaza because I'm getting my butt handed and I don't care. I got a blog to put up, so. And I think with my next blog, I'm just gonna put out there like, what do I have to give to this world and stuff, and what makes me better than God. And then I think just have another blog just to sum everything up, whatever. So I guess I just wanted to be honest with people, and I think pastors aren't saying the whole truth. Even the Bible admits that God is a bad person. They aren't going to sit there and use those exact words. But take a look at like a lot of the situations that God was in, it was kind of always like, take a look at the flood, for example. That is the biggest example of God being a douchebag, and the Bible portrayed him as that. He sat there and he saw all these problems in the world, and what did he want to do? He wanted to flood the world. But he wanted to also save the animals. So what did he do? He went and got some guy named Noah, put all of them on an ark and all that stuff. He never thought of once in the book was like, oh, God came into the world and he wanted peace. He was trying to establish peace. He was sitting here trying his goddamn hardest to do that. He didn't do that. God goes to resort right off the get-go to do some killing. He wants to kill people just to get his point across. And that was the same situation with Moses and the Israelites being enslaved in Egypt. He could have sat there and said, "Hey, let's have the peace." He went off to doing like all these plagues, doing like plaguing the water, plaguing with bugs, frogs, whatever you want to call it, killing off your firstborn children and stuff. And all he wanted to do was do things in a violent way, and he didn't care who he killed in the process to getting what he wanted. He just wanted things to be his way or the highway, and he did this without an education. That was what is so bugging to me. Do another Dragon Ascent. Alright, Mega Rayquaza versus Mega Rayquaza. Let's just do this. You go first. That's all I need to do is just go first. Wabash, baby. Alright, the strongest dragon got the beat up down on that one. Now it's Sunkun. I don't care. This is a good battle. I don't care if I lose or not. But at least I'm hoping I can at least take Rayquaza out. Good God. No. Oh well. I get to put this log up, so that's all that matters. Okay, you stayed in. Good. Boom. I know I'm getting my butt handed to me, but at least I took out his three biggest threats. Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. So whatever he brings out will do some good, but alright, he brought out Salamence. Alright. We're just gonna use Aurora Beam. Not that that thing is gonna do me any good, but hey. Oh my god, I might get another Pokemon to faint. Let's do this. Wow, to get more of half of his team to faint, that is good. I was not thinking I would get this good. I know I'm going to lose, but this is actually, a little bit better than what I was anticipating. So, and we're going to bring out Metagross. Good God, if I can beat this thing, this will be good. Surf. Good. It's over. And this time, I'm not going to make this blog longer than 15 minutes. Like, it was literally 15 minutes to the nose, and even Facebook and YouTube would not accept it. So, more or less, I had to kind of be like, okay, so now everything that I do has to be really 14 minutes and 59 seconds on the nose. So I got literally 1 minute to wrap things up here. So I guess the next blog I'm going to talk about is just what makes me better than God. That's going to be really easy because there's just a lot of things I can just say right off the top of my head that just says that entirely right then and there. So without any more say, my name is Adam Witt, and I was glad I could do this Pokemon blog, and we'll be doing 2 more talking about the same topic. So yeah, thanks. If this thing will